Music and talk right here on the Mike Live Show. And, I love doing this show. This is something that I truly enjoy. I've been doing just radio and interviews for 19 years now. When I was 18 years old, I worked at 92.3 FM, and it was Hot 92 Jams back in the day. That was my first radio gig, and I was a young kid so excited to get into radio. And then now, 19 years later, I get to sit with great people and just network and just do my thing. And there's nothing better than sitting with somebody who's been doing their thing for a very long time. He goes by Big Percy right here on Dash Radio Hip Hop X with Mike Live. What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, nephew?
Good to see you, man.
It's a blessing, man. Like I always say, it's a real treat when players meet,
Look, man, you have been doing your thing for so many years, bro. When did you start in this whole music business, man? Let the people know, bro.
I've probably been in the music business probably going on, at least 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah, I come out of Pomona, so, we got a long line of heavyweights that come out of Pomona, like the Sugar Frees, the Cocaines, the Black Godfathers, the Above the Law. So I come up under that tutelage. And my cousin, Sugar Bear Entertainment, Terrence Flowers, that's my cousin, he had the first major record label out of Pomona. And that was Powerhouse Records.
Wow.
So when I came into a little bit of money doing my thing, I invested in that. And then I had my first management company, which was 7 South Entertainment. It was just connecting and clicking up to the major hoods in Pomona and just trying to stop some of that violence. And we started the management company and managed pretty much everything on that record label.
So now let me go back now. I want to go back.
Yeah.
Back in time one time,
For sure.
Growing up in Pomona, man, and just being out there in Pomona, could you kind of just give me that vibe? Because I'm an LA kid, you know what I mean? And when I think Pomona, I think it's far away, you know what I'm saying? But give me that vibe for Pomona, man.
Well, you got to remember, Pomona is the last city in LA County. You got to remember the LA County Fair is in Pomona.
That's right.
So we make everything happen. You can't forget about the P. The P is the most powerful letter in the alphabet. You know what I mean? So being in Pomona, it ain't no different than Compton, Watts, South Central. We got to do our thug thing. We got a lot of talent that come out of there, and we connect up with a lot of people. We've always had that Pomona Long Beach connection. Snoop and Warren G come from Pomona as far as that connection into the rap game. When Warren G first left Long Beach, he migrated to Pomona and lived with Hutch and lived with Cocaine and lived with Rest in Peace KMG. And that's really how the G-Funk was started.
Wow.
People don't know that Hutch and Above the Law had Snoop first. They didn't really know what to do with him because they was pushing their stuff and pushing up, all their music. So he wasn't kind of on the shelf, but they really didn't know what to do with him. And then with the grace and the blessings of what Warren G did with linking him up with his brother, Dr. Dre, that's how that happened. But we always had that Pomona Long Beach connection. Snoop and Cocaine always make hits. Trade E, he also did a lot of stuff in Pomona when he was with the East Siders and all that type of stuff. And it's just a connection that'll probably never go away.
I mean, it's blood almost, you know what I mean? It's like family. One thing that I do want to mention too, man, is back in the day, there was one place that I want to say Snoop and Warren lived, and that was in North Hollywood off of a street called Bloomfield. Did you ever go to that spot?
No, I got with Dog. I probably been with Dog in the Dog Pound right during the Up and Smoke tour.
Oh, okay.
So me and Dog would see each other out and about. Cocaine is actually the person that brought me to Dog. And, that day he brought me, I've been with Snoop ever since.
Wow.
Just because I was bringing different plays and different things to the table that organization didn't see. I had a lot of game and hustle coming out of Pomona. And, he told me, he said, P, it's a long line of people that I take care of. It's a long line of people that's in front of you, but your hustle is different. Right. And I needed somebody like you. So I've been with him ever since that day Cocaine took me up to the original Doghouse.
Wow, man.
And me and Dog been building, business partner. I've been his manager. I've been, everything. That's my brother.
And you also have been to a couple Laker games too, man. I'm a Lakers fan, so I seen you at the Laker games.
Well, I'm not a Laker fan.
Okay, you're not.
I used to be a Laker fan back in the day, Showtime era, of course.
Right.
But rest in peace to the Black Mamba. Me and him had a little disagreement, and we cleared everything up by the grace of God before my brother passed. But there's no way that you can break up a dynasty like that. You know, you got in a little trouble, and you kind of dry snitched. You know, you brought Shaq's business into your business and broke up that dynasty based on some egos and shit.
Yeah.
And I wasn't with it.
A lot of people don't know that, though.
Yeah, so I wasn't with it, and I like I said, I got a chance to tell him about it.
Right.
And when I told him about it, he could have been a dick and could have been an asshole and said, you know, Unc, you know, fuck you.
Right.
But he told me the truth. And when he told me the truth, based on his ego, thinking he was invincible, thinking it was his team, young and dumb, and said
no one could talk to Kobe back in the day.
Right, he was an asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
And he'll tell you that. And he told me that, and he said, Unc, I fucked up. So then my last time seeing him at Diddy's 50th birthday party, had a good time, man. That was my last time seeing him. We were at the WNBA All-Star game together.
Wow.
Me and my daughter used to sit, you know, at the Sparks games with him.
Yeah.
When Snoop gave Kobe the Laker car, I hooked all that up.
Okay, because I remember seeing that video with
Yeah.
the is it the Impala with the whole Lakers and and Snoop on it? Yeah.
So Dog wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
You know, that's his favorite player.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give Kobe that Laker car.
Wow, man.
So how ironic it is, Kobe flew the helicopter from Orange County to L.A. We picked him up, brought him back to the compound, fellowshipped and did all that, and he rode that thing back to Orange County.
Man, that's amazing, man. You've been around so many people. We're talking to Big Percy right here on Dash Radio, Hip Hop X, the Mike Live Show, Music and Talk. Look, you know, the music game is obviously changing because of this whole COVID thing, you know.
Right.
And there's something that I just wanted to ask you for the people that are watching, especially the musicians, you know, that look up to you because you're a businessman. You know, what could you tell them in this new kind of COVID world that we're in, obviously without the performances and all that? What kind of, you know, give them some information or maybe just a little tip for the artists out there that now is the time they should be doing this?
Well, I'm going to say this COVID and this pandemic shit was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise for the real ones.
Yep.
It separated the true from the fake. It separated all the people that was perpetrating and flossing and was counting on that front end and wasn't really doing what they needed to do, you know, depending on that back end. It wasn't saving for a rainy day. Wasn't investing, wasn't buying, wasn't diversifying. You see what I'm saying? So the pandemic gave me the time to step back, you know, get back to the nitty gritty, the ground roots, the foundation, and put some more time and effort into me. Because I was doing so many different things for everybody else.
Right.
I was making people millions. You know, I would still get my taste and get my piece. You know what I'm saying? I get mine before everybody else. But I have 15 different things of mine, projects and things that I got back focused, got my team together, sat everybody down, and pretty much all 15 of those things that was on my table for the last 2 or 3 years, they all done.
Wow.
They all in motion. So, you know, it was a blessing in disguise, and I tell all these young artists and all these young rappers, the faster it come, the faster it leaves.
Wow.
If you're not investing, you're not diversifying, you're not building your portfolio, you're not doing a little of this or doing a little of that, you're not doing it.
Man.
My thing is, if you got your hand in 10 things, if one of them hits you good,
right.
But just imagine if all 10 hit. You see what I'm saying?
Now you're really good.
They just depended on, because it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. You know, dealing with Bobby D Productions, that's one of my business partners.
Mm-hmm.
When Snoop wanted to leave the quote-unquote mainstream, you know, management side and agency, right. I brought him to Bobby D. Bobby D was already doing big things with the Latinos and the oldie concerts and all that shit.
Wow.
And then when we came up with How the West Was Won and those kind of tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Bobby came up with those. He came up with the ideas. He was like, P, I got to get Snoop on. If Dog gets on, Cuba get on.
Huh.
So the shit just, you know.
It worked out.
Yeah, it just came together. And then Snoop's wife was loving the oldies concerts and the 90s concerts that was Bobby was doing. And he was VIPing everybody.
Yeah.
And then Dog was like, P, I like this dude, man. Let's set up a meeting. Rest is history.
Wow.
But Bobby did something. I gave him the Martha Stewart Inside Traders tip. I told him what to do different than everybody else was doing with Dog. So instantly he made Dog a partner.
Wow.
So Dog will get his show money, but he'll get that ticket money, he'll get that ancillary, he'll get that merch money, and he'll get that booking agency money.
Wow. So just like you said, those 10, 15 hustles, if you do it all right, and you're an artist who understands that concept, and you can diversify that,
you can win.
Wow.
And you can make money in your sleep.
That's great advice, man. Big Percy, Mike Live, right here, Music and Talk, the Mike Live show. I want to ask you another thing, man. Speaking of all the hustles, man, RMM. Let's talk about RMM.
That's the foundation.
Yeah.
You know, that's my last name. Roderick is my last name. You know, come from a long line of businessmen, successful businessmen. I was raised by women. You know what I mean? My dad gave me the game as far as on the education side. You know, he's a straight edge guy, so I pillaged and took what I needed to take from him. But I was raised by 3 beautiful women out of Pomona, my mother, my grandmother, my auntie. Real hustlers, did it on their own. If they had a man, they had a man. If they didn't, they did it on their own and took care of the family.
Wow.
So that's my last name, and it's crazy that you asked about. We were on tour one day, and rest in peace, Uncle Junebug, Snoop's uncle. Uncle Junebug was like a father figure to me. He was my second father. And we was fucking around, and Daz and Uncle Junebug was arguing on some shit. And Daz and Uncle Junebug was like, man, P, you be doing every fucking thing. You do this, you selling this, you selling that, you sell a CD. Snoop take his shirt off stage, you sell that. You selling fucking everything. You selling backstage passes. You do everything, man. This motherfucker, man, you should just be a marketing machine. And Daz and Junebug said, Roderick Music Marketing. I'm like, okay. And it, fucked around. I said, all right, I'm going to start a company. Came home, started that motherfucker.
What year was that?
I would have to say that's the early 2000s.
Wow.
I had a partner, and she's still a good friend of mine. Jilly, she's Megan Thee Stallion's manager now. She's worked with the greats J-Lo. She was actually Snoop's road manager.
Okay.
And she was Snoop's road manager, and she was DJ Jam's manager.
Oh, wow.
At the time. Snoop, Dr. Dre, everybody's DJ Jam. And I'm like, Jilly, man, I keep seeing, this is before social media. Right. If you had a cell phone, you was balling, that type of shit. So we would be on these shows and on the road, and I would see all these fucking flyers and posters throughout the city. DJ Jam, after party, Snoop and Dr. Dre's DJ. I'm like, man, what the fuck Jam doing after the concert? We go back to the hotel, get it in, and chill and have fun, get ready for the next city. Jilly was like, man, Jam getting this money every stop we go. He DJing these after parties. I said, well, how much you getting? He said, it depends. You get 2,500, 5,000 here. I said, he got everybody's name on this goddamn flyer. Dog ain't going to this shit. Ain't nobody going to this shit. Why you got everybody's name on the flyer? So I'm like, okay. So I went. I wanted to check it out. Yeah. Jam-packed, wall-to-wall. He was just DJing.
Everyone's like, Snoop. No,
they were. They actually were.
How did I know that?
Yeah, they actually were. Some of them didn't give a fuck because, some of the other artists that would be on the tour.
Yeah, they would just
pop up.
Yeah.
Support Jam.
Yeah.
They wasn't knowing the game. I'm knowing the game. So I say, you know what, Jilly? We got to go bigger. Let me holler at the homie. Let me tell him what's really going on. So me and Jilly made a partner. She was my first partner in Roderick Music Marketing.
Okay.
And we was making a shitload of money with Jam and booking other talent. And I said, dog, this is way before DJ Snoopadelic. And I say, dog, I'm gonna get you some money, man. Pay for all this other little shit that you got to pay for while we on the road. Mm-hmm. Come sit in the club. Let's get the bag, get the free bottles, make them throw in some smoke, feed us, everything else.
Throw the whole 9 in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, let's try it. Started off getting like 5, 10, 7,500. Because we just was testing the market.
Right.
You hit the A market, B market, C market. You still want to give the people something. Some of these people couldn't afford to come to the concert.
Right.
So you still want to touch your fans. And shit.
The rest is history.
Man, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Now you can't book Dog for after party for less than 50.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And then Dog loves the DJ. So it's like, okay, P, I'm tired of sitting in the club like in a fishbowl.
I get you.
Everybody just staring.
Yeah.
If we're going to do some after parties now, I want a DJ.
That's so cool. Yeah.
So Snoop's first, me and our white boy Kev, one of Snoop's other manager, we came up with the DJ, along with Snoop, came up with the DJ Snoopadelic thing. It was another thing. At that time, we didn't have to deal with the other side of management. Dog got the lion's share of the money, didn't have to report to nobody.
Wow.
Big bags. We'd get our taste, brought in a few sponsors, and his first DJ gig was at the Levi's house on Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
First corporate DJ gig was at Levi's. And shit, it's been a fun ride ever since.
That's amazing.
We actually built the compound, his building, off DJ money.
Oh, wow.
Big bags.
Snoop's compound.
Big bags.
Amazing.
Come home, bring 200,000-300,000, drop it off, build this, build that. Go back on the road, build this, build that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at how that's built.
Brown paper bag game, man.
That's it.
So it just grew and grew. Then, you know, he went to the Snoop Lion. That was another property that we controlled and ran and dibbled and dabbled. But the DJ Snoopadelic thing is what he likes to do. It's him. It's another facet that we control.
Yep.
And it's steady growing. So all that comes from the Roderick Music Marketing family.
Yep. Of
just branching out, doing things. When we first started doing the Welcome to the Church CDs, the mixtapes, it was everybody laughed. You know, we was printing up this music. We would go on tour and press up some music with all the artists that was on that particular tour, and we was giving them away.
Mm-hmm.
I said, nah.
Gotta start charging.
I'm not gonna be giving these away, man.
Big Percy hit him with the hustle.
Yeah, my boxes, I'm dumping them. So it came to a point, man, that my first run, my first tour, real tour with Snoop was, I think it was 6 months. 3 months, came home for 2 weeks, and 3 months, I made over $80,000 off CD sales.
Wow.
If we stopped at a gas station, I sold 30. If we stopped at a motherfucking mall, I sold 2 boxes.
Wow.
Because I would come up with so much different, innovative shit, and Dog was with it.
Yeah.
He was with everything that I came with, and it would work. So we'd go to the mall, say we go in Foot Locker. They shut the gate. It's 1,000 motherfuckers outside. We in there shopping, buying, playing football, shooting hoops in that motherfucker.
Yeah, Foot Locker. Yeah, when Foot Locker used to have the hoops back in the day.
So
right.
I go
That's
out.
Right.
I'll go outside the gate and say, Dog ain't stopping right here. Meet me by the bus.
Oh, wow. Genius.
If you meet me by the bus, this is how you can get an autograph or a picture with Dog.
You got to buy it.
You buy this CD.
That's so dope.
You buy this CD, and I'm going to sit him in the driver's seat of the bus, and I'm going to line y'all motherfuckers all the way up as far as I can see. And y'all going to come step right here.
I love this.
You're going to hand him the CD, he going to sign it, and you're going to stand right there, and we're going to take a picture.
That's amazing.
It was crazy.
And that's part of your hustle, man. I mean, you got so many hustles. I want to actually take a moment to talk about those hustles, man. The first one is sitting right here on the table with us.
Oh,
right
yeah, this is
now.
a blessing, man. This is my baby.
Yeah, I want to talk about this, man. So you created this vodka, True Legacy Vodka.
100.
Let's talk about the name True Legacy and how you came up with that, man.
It's 2 years in the making. It's actually a company that we were doing, Snoop was dealing with before. They parted ways, but the lady, the owner, me and her just hit it off.
Gotcha.
She wasn't getting some stuff done that she needed to get done from the other side of management. And Kevin, white boy Kevin, said, you know, you need to give it P. P runs these DJ parties. He was Snoop every day. He's in and out of the streets and the clubs. He's a frontliner. He's a soldier.
Right.
So this particular drink, you need to put it in his hands. Cut him a budget, get him a marketing budget, and let him run. Because the shit that you not getting done, you keep crying about, he'll get it done.
Wow.
Organically and naturally. Mm-hmm. So that lady, her name is Phoenix, and she's like, if I ever do another liquor, P, I'm giving it to you. Motherfuckers be talking, I wasn't tripping.
Like a specific liquor, like
said
the way she does it, distilled and all that.
Family been in the business 30 plus years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She got her own labs. She got all that shit out of New York. We always stayed in contact because me doing some of the stuff that I did for her, she gave me some ownership in that other company.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Bless. I still got the ownership.
Right.
I told her I want to sell it soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I might just keep and give it to my kids, but
That's great.
she came back about 2 years ago. She said, P, I'm ready. We mulled over doing the champagne, because that's at the time, that's what I was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm involved with Bel Air, so I didn't really want to jump in that lane. And she said, you know, I'm a tequila drinker. She was like, well, vodka is the number one liquor in the game. Let's start with that. Mm-hmm. I didn't argue. So this is True Legacy. The name came up. Went over. That's my special bottle.
I love that.
Yeah. That's made by my homegirl Ebony. Nice. She does a lot. Matter of fact, Snoop's money gun that he uses on stage, that's all bedazzled and all that. She made that, but she made this for me for all my photo shoots and, you know, different stuff I do. That's the new bottle and the new label. Gotcha. But True Legacy, man, it's just, you know, you always want to keep it true. You always want to build your legacy. It was just something that it hit. I went over about 50 names, and that TL, you know, it rings. People love it. It makes sense. It's me. It's my people that I deal with. Always trying to build, keeping it solid, keeping it true. And who doesn't want your legacy to live on forever?
Man, that's amazing, bro. What a great brand, bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. What is what's your goal, man? Because obviously now you've had this now for a few years.
No, it just dropped on my birthday.
Oh, okay. So you just dropped this officially.
I dropped it my birthday.
Okay.
July, but we've been working on it for 2 years.
Okay.
Been going back and forth with the tasting, going back with the bottle, going back with the labeling.
Yeah.
And it just came right together around my birthday. I had a couple big birthday events. This is killing the game.
Wow, man.
You know, I'm not going to say fuck Ciroc.
Right.
Because Diddy is my homeboy. Mm-hmm. And we support each other, and I fuck with him as another black man making some things happen. Mm-hmm. But I will say fuck Tito's. You see what I'm saying? Because Tito's is fooling people. Mm. Tito's is 5 times distilled. I'm 7 times distilled. I paid the extra money. I did the extra shit that it takes to get the people to keep it true. I'm gluten free.
Nice.
Keeping up with the times, keeping up with the health conscious shit and all that shit. I'm organic corn.
That's dope.
Organic corn on the health tip. Yeah. That's why my shit don't smell like nothing. It don't burn. Smooth as a motherfucker, but I had to do something extra.
Wow.
So now after we run it 7 times, we run it 3 times through diamonds. We cut it and run it through 3 times with diamonds to give all the purity, clean it out.
Wow.
You can't. That shit look like
water,
right?
Yeah, it look like water, man. I can't. It don't even. Oh wow. Okay. Now I can see it when you did that.
This shit right here. I'm not even I'm. You know, I shouldn't be saying it, and my team be on me. I'm not a vodka drinker.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends wasn't vodka drinkers. I've converted them over.
Wow. Because it's so smooth and just.
It's the smoothest shit in the world.
I love that.
You can drink so much and it'll creep up on you, slap you up, but the next day you ain't got no headache.
Oh, that's nice.
And you feeling good and smooth, man. It's taking over the airwaves. We're doing it organically right now with my team and word of mouth and putting it in people's hands.
Where can they go to get, to go take a look at the bottle, and can they purchase this online yet? Can we?
Yeah, you can get the Instagram is True Legacy Vodka. At the little ad sign. Mm-hmm. The website is the same thing, www.truelegacyvodka. We'll ship direct. We have the license and ship direct. We're in talks right now with a couple distribution companies.
Right.
We're on all those little deliver the bottles to your house, bottle lovers and all those things that came about during COVID.
Right.
We're on all those little sites. Nice. But people like the hand-to-hand combat, that direct interaction with me and my team. They hit me on Instagram. They see me in the street. They can get with Dave. Dave has an account with us. Dave is a part of the brand. They can get with Handsome Magazine.
Shout out to Dave.
All my people that I fuck with, I made them a part of the company.
That's beautiful.
Because they fuck with me. They already doing different things for me. This is just another facet that we're going to push while we pushing everything else.
I love that, man. Big Percy, Mike Live, Music and Talk, right here, the Mike Live show. Just talking to you, man, you're inspiring me. You know what I'm saying? Because, I've kind of had a couple moves that I'm trying to make in my life right now, and a couple different business partners, coming out to me saying, "Hey, Mike, let's do this and that." And so I'm excited because now just sitting with you and just seeing what you're talking about, you got to have all those hustles.
Got to.
Another one is something big, the cannabis industry.
Yeah, 100.
I'm excited about the cannabis industry. I'm excited because I've seen the growth. And number two, I don't know if you know this. I mean, NBA, right? When they had the bubble, they weren't testing for marijuana use.
Wait.
Now this new season, they're not testing again, right? So what I decided was I'm going to launch this thing called Basketball and Blunts. Mm-hmm. And I went and trademarked the name, got the website, got the hoodies now, Basketball and Blunts, just regular hoodies, different colors. And I'm about to launch that. Hopefully by the time this interview is playing, my stuff will be launched out there.
All the different team colors?
Yeah.
And
so,
you can put some of that stuff in my store in Vegas. Let's
talk about that too, man. Yeah. So, aside from, the vodka, you have a store in Vegas. Tell me about that, man. I want to know about it.
It was a blessing, man. I was out there, doing my thing with Snoop. We had a residency gig at the time at Dre's. So I was always back and forth.
Shout out to DJ Franzen too, by the way.
That's my man. Mm-hmm. Franz came up in the game with us. Mm-hmm. Beta LA, you know what it is. Mm-hmm. And I was always out there. I've been coming back and forth from Vegas. I had a basketball scholarship to UNLV.
Oh, wow.
My brother played at UNLV. Got family and cousins out there. So it was just an opportunity for me to give back from all the thugging and hustling that I used to do out in Vegas.
Yeah.
To do some legit shit. And I get my family involved. And opportunity opened up at the Boulevard Mall, the first mall ever built in Vegas.
Love the Boulevard Mall.
Right there by UNLV.
That's right.
And the number one shoe store had left. What's the name of that store?
Shoe Palace?
No, Shoe Palace is in there.
Because I know they were there.
It's Urban Necessities. It's underground. They sell all the shoes, all the fly vintage shit.
Right.
They was making a shitload of money, but they wanted to go bigger, so they went to the bigger mall, the upgraded mall. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
So then you guys swooped in.
Well, we were looking at another space, and as we're walking the mall, I said, "Why is this spot empty?" They said, "This was the number one store in the mall." I said, "Well, this is the store I want." If this was the number,
right.
Yeah, I don't want you trying to sell me this little fucking old candy shop shit that nobody ever used.
I ain't gonna be there.
What was here?
Right.
Oh, this was the number one. They were making X amount of money a month, biggest money maker for it. This is the building I want.
Wow. So clothing, you got the clothing in there, all the.
It goes hand in hand with the lifestyle.
Nice.
You see what I'm saying?
Nice.
So I got every artist that I deal with. I got every friend that has a clothing company and brand that's never been in the store.
Yep.
Put your shit in here.
Love that.
Let's build. Yep. So that's just how it came. I got music. My store is 5,000 square feet.
Oh, wow. It's huge.
So a lot of people that never even dreamt about having a clothing line or a fashion line in the last 3 years, I'm going 3 years with it, built their line off my store.
Wow.
One of my good friends and my other cameraman, Corey, Handsome Magazine, he wasn't doing nothing about no fashion. He one of the number one sellers in my store.
Because he's a hustler.
He can't keep his shit in my store. I started a clothing line. Anything that I do, this is the mixtape, so I make some shirts. I got vodka, True Legacy shit.
Right.
I got RMM shit.
Mm-hmm.
My shit pay the bills.
It's amazing.
My clothes and my brand and all my shit pay the bills.
It's amazing.
Everything else in there is all profit. I probably got 200 brands in there.
Wow.
And then some of the old brands, Cross Colors and Carcanine, brought them back.
Yep. I want to talk about one more thing, was the Pineapple Express, man.
Pineapple Express.
Real quick, man. Tell me kind of like what you got going on with Pineapple Express.
Like I said, what I was saying earlier, Debo was at the convention. He was sitting at the Pineapple Express booth. I was at my Nuggle booth. And I told him I was going to go down there. I went down there. They had it popping. We had it popping. He introduced me to the CEO, one of the only black CEOs in the cannabis space.
Wow.
Pineapple Express is a publicly traded company. He's black and Puerto Rican. I'm black and Puerto Rican. And we just hit it off. We didn't know what was going to come out of it. But Debo told him, you need to work with Big Percy. And
that was it.
About a year and a half of networking and building and gaining a friendship and gaining a trust, he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Everybody's been in the cannabis space.
A lot of people, yeah.
Were you legal? Were you hustling?
Mm-hmm.
And I deal with so many people and so many different brands.
Right.
I needed a home.
Gotcha.
I needed a home for the different things that I was doing.
Right.
But I needed a home for all my connects and my Rolodex to
Right.
put them in a situation to really give them the game and give them the knowledge of this cannabis game.
Right.
And Pineapple Express was that.
Amazing.
So they made me a deal. I'm head of marketing and promotions over there. I have some ownership in it.
Nice.
And then the big play was, we got those licenses to open up the dispensary. So our big,
that's a huge play.
Yeah, our big baby that we're opening up, it's already in builds. It's already in it's probably, the soft launch is going to be end of February. The mid launch will be March, and then the grand opening, of course, will be 420.
Nice.
But that's right there in Hollywood and Vine.
Very cool.
Right next to Capitol Records, Pineapple Express. We have a dispensary in Palm Springs. We have some grows and all that different stuff under the, the whole company. But this Hollywood and Vine is the baby.
Wow.
So with that play, they opened it up to me, and then I brought some of my celebrity friends, some of my athletes, some of the entertainers, and we opened up 30% of ownership just for my friends and family.
That's great.
That shit sold in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And the press release will be coming. The
Cool.
names that you'll hear that's involved with it,
Yeah.
it's a who's who.
I'd love to team up with you on that too. If you want me to interview some people there, and I'll come and set up shop, and we can do that too.
We're actually going to do some podcasts in there.
You go.
We're going to have a huge VIP room for the celebrities so they can burn and come in through the side gate, through the alley, burn, oversee the operation.
Love that.
It's right on the stars, so the stars will continue. We'll continue the stars into our building,
Nice.
but our stars will be the heavyweights of the cannabis space.
I love that.
So Snoop will have a star.
Yeah.
Be Real will have a star. Burner will have a star.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Nelson will have a star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The cannabis. Yeah.
Cheech and Chong will have a star.
Yeah, the cannabis crew.
So the stars will come in off Hollywood Boulevard, and then we'll continue them into what we doing.
I love that, man.
Yes.
Pineapple Express. Go check it out. Big Percy, Mike Live, Music and Talk. Look, I always do this at the end of the show, and it's something just my
last
thoughts on the
thing
show.
about Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express is built off the delivery service.
Oh, okay.
We got the #1 delivery service in Southern California.
Wow.
PineappleExpress.com is the delivery service. We have a code right now. I'm giving you guys exclusive. Use the code Sean. That's the CEO's name. Tell him Percy told you. He just turned 40. Your first order, you'll get 40% off.
You better save up.
And we got all the brands. We got the cookies. We got Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes is one of my clients. So we got the 7 Leaves. I put Mac 10's new strain on there, Red Gas.
Nice.
We got Burners, Dr. Green Thumb, his Insane OG. So all my friends, once again, if you got a brand or something like that, I put them with us.
Now's the time.
Set up the means. I'm getting ready to bring Cameron's Pink Mink shit in there.
Nice.
It's just a beautiful situation. I just put my homeboy from Pomona, Weasel Loke. He has his Weasel cigars at 7 grams, fire shit. He's on there. He just went official. Got all his paperwork together, all his legal shit. He's on the menu now. So
Got you.
Pineapple Express is the dispensary. It's the grow. It's the delivery service.
Yeah.
It's a huge conglomerate.
Is Big Percy smoking with other people sharing blunts, or you on that COVID just, I ain't sharing no blunts with nobody, no nothing?
I never really was. I mean, I was, but at that time, I really didn't fuck with a lot of people because people's hygiene. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you eating ass or booty and what the fuck you doing in your own leisure time.
I love that.
And you can't put your goat mouth ass lips on my blunt. So actually, I haven't smoked in a year.
Wow.
I quit on my birthday.
Congratulations.
I usually quit before my birthday because I know I'm going to go big.
Right. You clean it up before you go big.
I clean it up. I detox. I do it every year for the last 20 years.
That's amazing, brother.
But
I'm amazed.
But this year,
You'll be back.
and then when COVID hit, and they talking about the your
Respiratory,
respiratory, and then the tobacco and
Yeah.
all this shit.
Yeah.
I ain't smoked shit.
I feel you.
I got 25 brands at my house. I got 17 different flavors at my house.
Wow.
You know, I quit drinking beer cold turkey, so I knew I could do the weed.
Right.
I've been smoking since I was 14.
Right.
I haven't smoked since my birthday,
Smart man. When's your birthday?
July 30th.
Very cool.
Yeah, I haven't had it. I mean, everybody around me smokes. I never was an edible dude, so I never was on that. I did fuck around with the pens and shit, but I'm cold turkey.
Look, man, you have so many hustles, bro. I could see why you don't do any of it anyway, because you got to stay focused. You got that mentality of just, I'm going to go get it. The last words of today's show, man, real quick, if you could just give some inspiring words to people out there who are kind of making through this whole COVID thing and trying to get their business and their life together, give them some inspiring words coming from Big Percy.
Man, you got to keep God first. You got to keep the faith. Don't give up. If you're going through some mental things, because I know at this time everybody's losing their job, they don't have any money. We was dealing with the orange man. He was fucking off shit for people and making promises and lying and everything. So this is the toughest time in a lot of people's lives. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep faith, man. And if you wake up, you got action. If you wake up, you got action. Last thing, let's talk about that car club.
Oh, man, I got a story about that.
Let's go.
So check this out real quick. I know you're doing this car club. If for those that don't know, if you see a bunch of cars going through yellow lights, kind of red a little bit, but yellow lights, okay, and riding through, coming from the valley, from the 101, riding through Highland, going down over to Sunset, making that right. I'm going to tell you this, man. I was with my wife one day. We were just taking a stroll. We dropped the kid off. I got a 1-year-old son. We dropped the kid off at my parents' house. I said, honey, where you want to go? She said, let's go to Hollywood. I'm about to make a left on the Cahuenga, and I see a whole bunch of cars, low riders, nice old school whips. And I go, I think that's somebody really special that's in that group over there. She goes, really? I go, okay, watch. So we go, we tried to follow y'all, man. We tried to keep up. I couldn't keep up. So I said, I bet you they made a right on Sunset. I made that right on Sunset. My wife goes, how did you know? I go, because this is LA. I'm from LA. I know Sunset. This is Sunset.
Right.
And then you went over to Mel's Diner.
On Sunset.
And believe it or not, my wife and I, we said, when are you ever going to see an opportunity like this, honey? When you see T.Y. Dolla $ign, Wiz Khalifa, all these people. I said, we're going to eat at Mel's today. We went to Mel's, and we sat there and we got some pancakes, and I watched all of y'all. I went outside and took a picture with T.Y. Dolla $ign. I want to just tell you, man, the fact that you're doing that, it just makes me feel that warm L.A. feel, man, bringing people together. Talk about the car club real quick, man. Let them know.
Once again, another blessing in disguise with this pandemic. I had started a bike, riding your bikes. Mm-hmm. Probably about 20, 30 of us were riding bikes through the city. Fellowship, get our exercise, get our cardio. It was a chance for me to spend some time with my oldest daughter, keep her in shape, ready for basketball season. And that got kind of old. So I'm like, you know what? I got 6 or 7 old school cars. Snoop got about 30. Wiz got about 6 or 7. Cedric the Entertainer got 3 or 4.
Right. Exhibit
got 4 or 5. Be Real got a couple. Mike Epps got some. I said, man, I need to see my friends.
That's so cool.
You know what I mean? So I called Wiz. I called Cedric. Those were the only people who was home at the time. This was 2 months after the pandemic.
I remember.
And I was like, I need to get out the house. Social distance, you stay in your car, I'm staying in my car. We can just ride around. Nothing was open to eat because it was the same time as the BLM, so the streets was closed. They were shutting down the restaurant, boarding up and everything. So Cedric met me at Wiz's house. No security, nothing. We took Ventura, came in through Hollywood. We ain't had no destination. Just was happy to be out the house.
Right.
This is when I first got my first pink Cadillac, my pink Cadillac out the shop. I had bought it in February, dropped it off at the shop. It was perfect because I had to test drive it. First day I pulled my pink Cadillac out. So we was going to go to La Petite and Katana and all. Shit was closed. I'm like, man, we got to get something to eat. I said, I bet you Mel's is open. Pulled the Mel's, pulled out fucking all the workers came out, started clapping. Oh man, you our first customers and shit.
Right. And y'all tipping and everything.
Yeah.
Y'all helping out.
We sat there, ate, drank, fellowship.
Yeah.
And met the owners. Males is their grandfather.
Oh wow.
So I met the kids that run it now with the family.
Nice.
They was like, Big P, man, this is your home.
I love that.
So we drove, went through fucking Beverly Hills, just us. Came through the fucking canyons, didn't have no destination, nothing.
Yeah.
Go back to Wiz's house. Cedric was like, P, you got something.
Yeah. That's a movement.
Yeah, Ced is one of my mentors in this entertainment and TV movie world. He's one of the greatest to do it.
One of the greatest.
He's like, P, you got something. I said, all right. So the next week, 10 cars. I just went through my phone. This phone is $1 trillion phone. Who got an old school? Who got a low rider?
Yep.
I called them.
Come out.
10 cars. 20 cars.
What's it at now? Because I remember it was about 15 when I saw you.
Our New Year's ride, I shut the city down with 200 cars.
Oh my gosh.
Our New Year's ride,
my gosh.
I shut the city down with 200 cars. The next week, remember, it was 90 degrees? When it was 90 degrees, we did our first PCH ride, 150 cars.
Wow.
Because at that time, I was just bringing the brothers together.
Right.
Because it was the same time as the BLM movement.
Right.
I said, Big P, you can't do that.
Right.
You fuck with everybody. The Latinos got cars. My SA homies got cars. My Asian homies got cars. My Armenian homies got cars.
Mm-hmm.
So then all the car clubs started hitting me.
Wow.
All the homies started telling they homies. And the shit is turned into a TV show.
Amazing.
Our show with Jay Leno, we made it on Jay Leno's garage.
Nice.
He called us.
Nice.
Me, Cedric, Exhibit, a couple other cars. My boy from 7 Customs.
Man.
We took 5 cars on Jay Leno's show. That airs February. Matt Barnes, like I said, has been in the TV movie space. And he was like, Big P, man, I know you got a few people working on this for you. Let me get a shot.
Right.
I said, go ahead. He came back with an offer I couldn't refuse.
Wow.
The lady Ellie that started Oprah and the Red Talk Table with Jada Pickett and Dr. Phil, that lady that created that shit.
Those shows? Wow.
She gave me a deal.
Wow, man. Amazing.
So, yeah, we're in the works.
Congratulations on that.
My camera guy, and then Snoop was like, P, man, what y'all doing with this motherfucking car? I got all these cars and shit. I need to get rid of some of them and get me some new shit. What y'all doing? I said, dawg, this shit done got out of hand.
Yeah.
He's like, I see. I'm coming out.
Nice.
So he started going through his inventory of cars, selling, giving shit away, donating shit, because he wanted space for new ones.
Right.
Dog is now 20 cars, new cars since I started the car club.
Wow.
He done bought shit off the internet. He done bought shit off Instagram.
Wow.
He done got Bel Airs, Mustangs, fucking Impalas,
Everything.
Cadillacs. He's building a Nomad right now. He done went crazy. And the first time he came, that's when TMZ was in the bushes. Put us on TMZ and said we was shooting videos and movies.
Right.
I told Harvey, man, we ain't doing none of that. We just fellowship, man.
This a car club.
This the car club.
Come on, man.
Why y'all in the bushes? Y'all in the bushes spying and shit and making it bigger than what it was. But it was a blessing.
You know they in the bushes because you Big Percy, man.
Well, and
that's why. They're in the bushes because they know whenever you got some stuff going on, you got all the hustles, bro.
Yeah, so
it's amazing.
You got Snoop is involved, Wiz Khalifa, Cedric the Entertainer, Exhibit, Mike Epps, Be Real, a couple of my NBA boys, Trevor Ariza, Baron Davis. Everybody got old schools and classics. Pull them out, man. Wax them up. Bring the kids, bring the family, bring your lady, and let's roll.
Look, man, if you want to call me sometime and I can ride with y'all, I would love to just sit passenger seat in the back seat. Real, even if I'm like this, crunched up, like I wouldn't mind because rolling with y'all, man, it's like that's legendary, bro.
And then, like I said, from the merchandise that's came out of it to the fellowship and the different deals that came out of that, getting ready to be on a couple lowrider magazines and Chicano magazines, doing spreads on the different guys in the car club.
Nice.
But I've dropped probably since my 40th birthday, I probably dropped over 20 mixtapes and albums
Wow.
off my label.
Wow.
And that's with my artists, giving them an opportunity to be on some albums and mixtapes with my heavyweight friends.
Nice.
And then I, throw it out there and come across some talent that I never knew was out there and then put them on. So I hadn't dropped an album since my Pee in the Bed album. I don't know if you heard about that. Pee in the Bed is one of the biggest classic albums in the history of mixtapes. They bootlegging that shit overseas right now.
Wow.
And I hadn't dropped something since, that's probably going on 3 years.
Gotcha.
About 3 years I hadn't dropped something. So
is that it right there? Is that the new one?
This is the new one. So I sat back. I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to drop some new music.
Is that Mike Live's copy or no?
This is yours. I said, let me drop this Rider Gang Lifestyle Volume 1 mixtape.
Nice.
Some music that we can ride to, oldies, classics, some vintage shit. So I did it.
Wow.
Went that phone again, called some people that I knew had that particular music and sound and vibe I was looking for.
Connected that.
And when I tell you, this might be some of my best executive producer work in the game. I start this album off, and we got to give a prayer circle right now for Kevin Slow Jammin' James.
Oh, please, yes.
That's
absolutely.
my
Dash Radio fam.
That's my good friend. He's in the hospital.
Yep.
Called Kev. I said, Kev, you didn't intro 3 or 4 of my albums. What you need, Big P? Kevin Slow Jammin' James is the intro.
Wow.
Then I hit my nephew Trinidad James. I said, Trinidad, what you working on right now? He said, I got something, man. That's crazy, huh? I got something with Morris Day. I said, who, Morris Day in the Time? He said, yeah. I said, I want it. He sent it. He said, we got the video to it already.
Wow.
Perfect. So I start the album off with Trinidad James and Morris Day. Then I said, you know what? I got to get my Latino brothers involved.
That's right.
I hit my big homie, Kid Frost.
Nice. Shout out to Kid Frost.
I said, Kid, what you working on? He said, P, I got something with Baby Bass.
Oh, there you go.
That'll fit this motherfucker perfect.
There you go.
He on there. Then my other cameraman, Guap City Production, CC from Mamacita from the radio station,
right.
K-Day. Guap is one of my main cameramans, my main shooter. He said, I got an artist. He put him on it. He made the cut. I went through 150 songs when I first told everybody that I was dropping a new mixtape coming in from everywhere. I narrowed it down to 18.
Wow.
I got Joel James that wrote Boot Up. I got Carl Thomas.
Nice.
Eric Benet. I got Snoop and the Dramatics on here.
That's dope. That's dope.
I hit my triple OG. I hit
and
Drake's
the Fabulous Dramatics.
I hit Drake's dad, Dennis Graham.
Nice.
I got him on here.
Wow. Straight OG.
OG. And then I said, I know you do music. I said, what you got? He said, man, Big P, I ain't did no music in a while. But
now you are.
But I got a song from 8-9 years ago that'll fit perfect.
Wow.
And when I say Said probably got one of the coldest songs on here.
It's a banger, huh?
It's called I Want to Make You Famous.
Wow.
He closes it. But I got Dr. Zodiac on here, creator of Moon Rocks. Dr. Zodiac sent me one with him and the Killers. I got some shit on here, man. I got a couple of my artists. Roman the Rider. He been down with me for a long time. I don't want to say he's going to be the new Nate Dogg.
Right.
Because there's only one Nate Dogg.
Right.
But this boy got a lot of Nate Dogg in him.
Wow.
Remember I told you, Roman the Rider.
Okay.
Got my artist on here, Drew Jones. He's a bad motherfucker. But then I said, you know what, P, you got to get some females on here.
Right.
I got LaToya Williams.
Oh, nice.
LaToya Williams is one of the first ladies of Doggy Style.
That's right.
I said, LaToya, give me some Lou Rawls. You know what I'm saying? Some of that shit. And she gave me Lou Rawls.
Dang.
I got Fiend from No Limit.
Okay.
But on this album, he's called International Jones. And he gave me some Barry White flavor, man.
Love it.
Got Dame Funk on here. Got a beat from Jelly Roll. It's a classic, man. I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to tell me what you think.
Rider Gang Lifestyle.
Volume 1
I'm going to go
mixtape.
check that out right when I get out of here right now, man. Thank you so much for coming today, man.
Yeah.
This means a lot to me, you know what I'm saying, just to have you in here and just the inspiration you gave me.
Blessing.
And on top of that, the knowledge, man. For the people out there, man, where can they follow you online and what, other than, the True Legacy Vodka that you just put out, man?
True Legacy
What
is
else?
the one.
Where else can they follow you?
My thing is, man, catch me in the streets, man. I'm old school, man. I got all the social medias. I don't know all that shit. Holla at Backstage Dave. He's the head of RMM Media. that's the best way to get at me because I really don't do all that talking unless dollars make sense.
That's right.
So holla at Dave, catch me in traffic, pull up on me. I keep a trunk full of shit, so you know what it is.
You ain't gonna be able to catch them though, cause they be going. They going. You ain't gonna be able to catch them. It's right here, Mike Live. I couldn't catch them.
Yeah, we be sliding. Yeah, we be sliding. We
That's
be
what
moving.
it is, yo.
And you never know what kind of car I'm gonna be in either.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I be on the Ray J Scooty bike,
Yeah.
all type of shit.
Another exclusive, man. Another great interview. Big Percy, Mike Live, music and talk right here on the Mike Live Show. Thanks for tuning in.